November the 10th, Saturday morning. CPU's running a little hot today, guys. Doing my best to bring it down so we don't got these dropped frames. But get those questions ready. We're gonna get ready to do this. Red Planet 32 in the house. Johnny Boy Crypto. Hashtag Your Crypto Daily Nation, baby. Leonard Ben, what's going on? Greetings from Ireland, man. Greetings from America. Get this popping, guys. Let's go ahead and get started, man. I'm feeling frisky. All right, you know what time it is. Cue that intro. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me today on a Saturday morning. Got a little relaxed morning today. No polo, no suit, no tie today, guys. Just a nice little t-shirt. Repping my favorite TV show, guys, today. And you know what that is. That's that Walking Dead. We love it, man. All right, let's get everything kind of cracking here and ready to go. All right, so thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. I had a pretty good evening last night. A fantastic live stream last night with Your Crypto Daily. Good conversation, good talks. Make sure you guys head over there to the Your Crypto Daily News Show channel on YouTube and check that live stream out if you missed it. It was fantastic. Talked about a lot of things, man. And so what I've been doing this morning is actually digesting a lot of information on the upcoming Bcash and Satoshi's Vision split. And what's interesting is I listened to Tone Vase has a pretty good interview out there with Dr. Craig Wright, who, as many of us know, is Fake Toshi, the guy who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto, and is totally not. But what's really interesting is that he's a well-spoken individual, and if you listen to him, I really like a lot of the things that he says talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Now, that's not to say that I agree with him in his vision that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. I think he's completely wrong with that. But you have to listen to opposing viewpoints and look at the world a different way and be open to the idea that other people who you may disagree with might know something that is valuable for you to know. That way you can use that information as an alternative to making poor decisions in the future. So interesting stuff. I highly recommend you guys go check that out. And I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. What do you guys think about the Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's vision split? Now, there are futures being traded on Poloniex right now. Poloniex is going to honor the split, as are most of the major exchanges. So right now you can convert your Bitcoin Cash. It's not a futures like swap contract like BitMEX, but what you can do is you can bet on which version of Bitcoin Cash you think is going to be the real version of Bitcoin Cash. So, for example, you can put your Bitcoin Cash on Poloniex right now and convert it to Satoshi's Vision or Bcash, which is, so that's the Roger Ver Jihan Wu split, and then you have the N-Chain split, the Craig Wright split, but they're also paired up with CoinGeek. So according to, money talks, guys, and bullshit walks. So according to Craig Wright, they actually have more than 51% of the hashing power for Bitcoin Cash between N-Chain, BMG mining pool, SG mining pool, and CoinGeek, as well as, according to Craig Wright, a few other random, I don't know, you say random, but other miners and mining pools. So interesting information there. And if that is true, if they do have the majority of the hashing power, then they're probably going to win out. Now, just looking at it from a fundamental point of view, what Satoshi's vision is attempting to be, what they're claiming they're doing, interestingly enough, is what Roger Ver was claiming he wanted to do back in the day. So what Roger Ver wants to do is to implement Spedden, which is a programming language built, a programming language accessibility on top of script, and that's going to allow programmers and developers to write things like smart contracts on the Bitcoin Cash block, platform. It's going to allow them to develop, just different features and functions, which he thinks that Bitcoin should have, because apparently he's trying to compete with Ethereum right now. Basically, he wants the Bitcoin to encompass the features and functionality, or lack thereof, of Ethereum, and Satoshi doesn't want any of that at all. Fake Toshi doesn't want any of that at all. He wants Satoshi's vision. He wants what he considers real Bitcoin to be true to what Bitcoin is supposed to be, just money, just transaction power. And he goes in there and he talks about the law, and he talks about how, if you add these opcodes, that it's actually going to make Bitcoin illegal. And he brought up a really good point, and this is something that I'd like to bring to my presentation. The next presentation that we do in January is going to be the fact that for all the FUD, for all the crap that you hear in the media, Bitcoin has never actually been made illegal in any country in the world ever, regardless of the FUD that you hear on the media. Hey, what's going on, Matt? Petition to remove overlay movement. I think that I am probably going to do that for the next stream. So I'm probably going to take a break from streaming for Sunday. I want to spend some time with my family. Just wanted to get on here for Saturday morning. But yeah, you're the second person who said that, man. So I think I am going to go back to the regular OBS. And I think mostly not just that, but because I think it's slowing down my computer processing power, and that's causing the drop frames. It's not my internet connection. It's actually my CPU being kind of overworked right now. Having to have Google Chrome open and running Streamlab OBS, and then the chat application that I have over here. So yeah, it's just too much stuff. What I'm probably going to do is I'll probably just hook my laptop up from now on and have my laptop running, YouTube and everything, and then I'd just be able to do the charts and Streamlab OBS. Yeah, the non-gamers have spoken. So yeah, we'll just go to something a little bit more basic, and I'll probably get out of Streamlabs and just do it out of basic OBS. That should allow me to get more processing. Yeah, Scott, go ahead and send that RAM right last night. All right, so guys, so yeah, interesting. Go check that interview out. I thought it was pretty fascinating, really interesting stuff. It's kind of long. It clocks in at an hour, but it's definitely worth checking out if you guys don't know a whole lot about the Bcash and Satoshi's vision split, or if you don't really know anything about Craig Wright or Nchain, rather than what you've heard from other people. But it's refreshing to hear a very hardcore Bitcoin maximalist viewpoint like that, because that's definitely not super prevalent in the space. All right, so taking a look at our good old coin farm, guys. And really, I think it's this page that's slowing the crap out of my computer, man. So I'm going to close this as soon as I can. But let's look at our technical analysis indicators, which I think these are kind of bollocks. But on the 1 hour for trading view, it's a strong buy. You see that we are kind of down here at support, but I'm going to have to look at those bigger charts. Just looking at our longs and shorts ratios, we see that longs have the superiority. So yesterday, we were talking about how the potential of shorts exiting their positions and covering would probably be the springboard for Bitcoin to go back. And we are seeing that. We see that yesterday when we looked at this, starting off yesterday morning, it was almost a 58% superiority of shorts. And that is completely leveraged out and completely not moved drastically to the alternative side. But this is a nice, healthy, longing position where we have a nice almost 50-50 ratio, and you go with the slight percentage of the longs. Now, there's another fascinating website that I found called BitGer, and that actually gives us much better sentiment data, and I'm going to start using that for future analysis, because that allows us to get a very good idea of what the sentiment of the bears and the bulls is, and it requires a counterintuitive view of the market. So I just I'm not going to go super into it. I'm going to go over it starting on Monday, because I'm going to spend tomorrow, my research time tomorrow, making sure that I understand how to interpret it correctly for you guys. I already understand the data, but I just want to make sure that I have it down pat, how I can explain it and go over how I'm going to do it. There is a pretty good tutorial video out on it, and I will probably link that in the description down below, or I'll go over that again on Monday when I start relying on that as part of my daily data feed. But essentially what you need to think of is, if longs are in a profitable position, are they likely to sell, or are they likely to stay in their position? Alternatively, if shorts are in profit, are they likely to sell or buy, actually, if shorts are exiting, or are they likely to stay in their positions? Conversely, if a long is in an unprofitable position, are they likely to sell, or are they likely to double down? If a short is in an unprofitable position, are they likely to cover, or are they likely to double down? Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. The question will be answered Monday. Dun, 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 dun. Tune in then. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the last 24 hours. Last 24 hours, we still see shorts in the dominance, opening at 53 million, but the volume has dropped off significantly. The volume's dropped off pretty significantly. So you can see that overall, probably we're about at that 50-50 ratio, but again, we see that the longs are in a little bit of superiority, and the longs are picking up quite nicely. We see that over the last 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and 12 hour, that the longs are in the dominant position. More longs are opening up, and this is generally a good indication that you can go long at the bottom of a downtrend. Shorts have become exhausted. So, I don't think that we're going to see a new high from this, but I think this is where we're going to start seeing that short-term bounce, just looking at sentiment data right here, longs and shorts positions. All right, so let's close that out, and I am betting that closing that out is going to actually make things look good. Ooh, game, we got an alert. Is that a good alert or a bad alert? Is that my stop loss alert or my entry alert? All right, so we had the Dow Jones Industrial. Let's take a look at the DJI real quick. All right, so still, still looking at probably a downswing from this. Again, guys, I've been talking about this for a little, I haven't been talking about this much, but I went over this last night on the Your Crypto Daily Show. And if you go back to 1929, the Great Recession, the Great Depression. This is pretty much what the chart looks like, and this is one insidious way that a market can top. It's also a way that we can have a recovery, but you know, you have a dead cat bounce essentially. It's not really a dead cat bounce, it's the prequel to a dead cat bounce, and then the market, and then the bottom just falls out. Now you know, another way though, but it's hard to call because fractally, this could be that. It could also just be, you know, again, a fairly significant dip based on fear, and then a healthy retracement. We consolidate for a little bit and then begin moving much higher. So jury's still out on what's going to happen with that. So that looks like it was probably my stop loss hit. All right, so game looks like we've probably been stopped out. If anybody's in the game position, that's all right, pretty low. I think we were trying to scoop in on that double bottom, and let's see, we've fallen into this low volume node. So we would have been expecting a stop loss hunt down here. That did not happen. So now that we're below in a low volume node, I mean, you can't be in that position anymore because you don't see any levels of support. You know, if you guys want to think that we could turn around from here, that's fine. But now at this point, I'd rather wait for confirmation, especially with this heavy selling volume that we see right here. And we're not seeing a large spike in the volume to make me feel a little bit more confident about a sentiment reversal. So for those of you who are in game, that's what we're looking at. So ETH USD longs. Ooh, longs are picking up. Good. We did get over that resistance point, so probably ETH's going to go much higher. All right, so let's just start off with the old Bitcoin, as we do. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Closing that coin farm significantly reduced my frame drop rate. So you guys let me know how I'm coming in. I hope that I am still coming in good, and I apologize. I apologize if it's coming in like crap. I really do. Trying to do my best. What we got here, guys. All right, cool. Pretty small show today. People kind of sleeping in on a Saturday morning. That's all right, guys. I do it for the love. I do it for the Bitcoin. I do it for the Bitcoin. Everybody out prepping for doomsday. Yeah, you got that right, man. You got that right. All right, hold on a second. And let me just see. Cool. All right. Want to see if that's coming in good. Oh, that's an advertisement. All right, so what did we say yesterday? What did I say yesterday? I said resistance at the end of the high volume note. Or didn't I? I didn't take notes yesterday. Okay. What did we say yesterday? I mean, I know what I said. I said resistance at the end of the HVN 6360. If price is able to break to the upside, most likely a rally to 63.95. All right. So what I did, guys, and you guys know I'm not a big Elliott wave guy, but when you see it, you got to chart it. So what I did here is you can see here from the bottom, this recent bottom at 62.19, that we did have a 5-wave Elliott impulse cycle, and these all are congruent with Elliott wave rules. Retracements to significant Fibonacci points. Wave 3 not being the shortest wave. Wave 4 not breaking at all into wave 1 territory, and wave 2 retracing about 50% of the initial wave. So since we've had a 5 impulse wave, guys, what typically follows a 5 impulse wave is a 3-wave corrective wave, an ABC corrective wave. So as you can see here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What typically follows is ABC. Okay. So to do a to get more accurate, because I just drew this up a little bit last night. You guys know this wasn't on the chart yesterday. So I want to put our B at 618. Okay, is what I want to do there. And then typically where C will be is, okay, so there's our 618. Yes, right there. Okay, no, oh man, I'm screwing it up. Okay, there's our 618. All right, so I just want to, like that, and then I'm going to reverse the Fibonacci. so that I can see our 618. All right. Okay. And I had talked about this for a while, guys, because if you recall, and I don't have them drawn on the chart, but if you go back and look at my trading view, I was measuring, it'll be easier if we look at the weekly chart, for example. Okay. I was measuring with Fibonacci retracements, every single bounce off that 6,000 psychological support. I was measuring the bounce every single time, and every single time the next one is roughly a 618 to 50%. So the last bounce that we had has now been a 68.46. So I believe that the next bounce will most likely be 6,200, 6,241, and I had drawn that on the chart. So if we, and that's if support doesn't completely crash through, because you got to remember, support is like a springboard, and the more times you jump on it, the weaker the springboard gets, the weaker the support becomes. So again, I still believe that we have a flash crash panic that is going to push us down into those potentially sub $5,500 price levels, potentially sub 5,000 for a very brief period of time. I think it's going to be more of a panic sell-off, and then individuals will still look at the relative stability of Bitcoin as opposed to traditional assets, and I think that is going to be the herald for the new bull market. And so that would, but just being real, guys, looking at the 12-hour chart here. Okay, so that puts our short-term, or that puts our midterm target at about $6,162. All right, and that's after a rally, though. Okay, let's be real, guys. Where do I have that? That's after the rally back to 64.63. Okay, so currently price is trading at 63.72. So we've got about $100 to the upside to go. That's fine. And then I think after that, we're probably going to see rejection, because we're not going to be able to break above the high. And if we, the only thing that could be, the only other alternative is that we actually go a little bit higher than that, maybe $50 higher to about 64.96, 6,500. And there we've got a high volume node. So if I'm wrong, and that's fine, that's what I don't like about Elliott Wave, is that it's very subjective and you can draw it in many different ways. So, there would be nothing that would be happier than for this to be wrong, but, I'm appealing to what is statistically probable. Okay. So right now we did come back down to that 618 retracement level right here, and I had indicated the support level on my chart. We hit it and held it almost perfectly right there at 63.37 is where price turned around. And I said the resistance at the end of the high volume node was 63.60 was where support began. And you can see that's where price started to slow down. And then we hit that 618, and that's when we actually bottomed and found support. So now we are moving to the upside, and we are getting the Fisher crossover buy signal on the 12-hour chart. So things are looking pretty good for the future. As we saw, the longs are in a good position and nothing's over leveraged. So I think that the shorts are definitely going to be covering here. And I think so we can expect a nice significant movement up. Now we've already made it past our recent high volume node at 63.60. Okay, so and again, that was the end of the resistance. So now that's going to become support. So I think we're definitely going to be able to make it over here. And our resistance doesn't really start until 63.82. And then we have to get through that $6,400 range. We have to get above that point of control. So again, potentially looking for this to now become resistance. All right. So now our support at 63.94 to 64.10. So let's change that because now it's tightened up. 63.95 to 64.10 now becomes resistance. It was support before, and now we're looking for it to become resistance. So change that to that. That becomes resistance. And that also is going to coincide. You see that we had broken out of the wedge pattern, and then we fell back down into the wedge, and we held beautifully. That 618 was congruent with that ascending trend line, and now that has to hold. So probably I'm expecting us to either if we find resistance here and reject, that's not good. because then we will be below the point of control, and that is not a good news. That's not good news for the bulls. But sentiment lets me know that we'll probably break through this resistance, more than likely, and we will break back out of the wedge, because we already did it once, and unless this was a completely failed breakout, then we're going to reject once we come back up here to this resistance, which, as you can see, is right here at the top of this pattern. So most likely a rally to 63.95. All right, so sentiment, longs, shorts, lets us know that we are currently experiencing healthy growth, and we can probably expect more upwards movement. Breaking above resistance at 6,400, the point of control will allow us to move through the low volume nodes until the next area of resistance at 64.95. Okay. So that's okay. So we have two areas of resistance. The first area of resistance is going to be 63.95 to 64.10. All right, that's the point of control. And then the next area of resistance is going to be 64.50. But we're probably going to break that. And then the next resistance is going to be right here. 6,500 to 6,512. Get above that last resistance. Man, looks good. So 64.50, we actually have to make it through. So actually, let's slow the heels here, guys. What is actually more correct is to say, that at 6,400, 63.95 to 64.10 is our strongest volume, is our highest volume node and our most significant level of resistance. Now, if we're able to get above that, the last pocket that we have to get above is 64.50, and then there's a good pocket of low volume nodes until 6,500 to 65.12. We get over that, there's another pocket of low volume nodes until 65.32, and if we can get over 65.83, guys, it's low volume all the way up here until 7,000, really. Well, 6,700. All right, so that's looking pretty good. So I'm expecting a few more days of upside here. Not looking bad. And again, I think the most likely area where we reject is that 64.50 area. And then if we reject at 64.50, we're probably looking at moving down. Ginny Artemis from Twitch says, mate, you might want to move from just chatting to stocks and bonds. You will find other crypto traders as well as equities and forex. Well, hey, thanks, good looking out. I'm fairly new to Twitch, so knowing that I can move there, it will actually help me out quite a bit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, cool. All right, guys. So we got that figured out. What we're going to do, let's go ahead and publish that. Long. Yep, streaming on YouTube at Cracking Crypto. Hey, Crypto Gamer 42, thanks for the follow, man. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the family. If anybody caught that. Oh crap, I did it again. If anybody caught that, I will completely allow it. And actually, I'll give a 25 MMO tip to anybody who caught that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's keep it that way. All right. There we go. Do I trade purely off TA? No, I do not. I trade mostly off sentiment analysis. Hey, crypto friends, thanks for joining us, man. Caribbean Crypto Show on YouTube. All right, good to see you guys. XRP chart, yep, we're getting to it, man. You know how we do. We're getting to it. I got to post this. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to actually... open up Notepad because I closed Discord to try to reduce my lag and dropped frames, which are actually like quite better now. And I apologize, guys. I got a lot running on my computer. And again, we're going to get the Streamlabs overlays off so it's not all green flame. Through NLP or manually, I manually trade. Bots are not able to do what a human's able to do. Not saying that I don't think bot trading has its place. You know, we are actively working with our dev to come up with some trading bots that can run on some fairly complicated algorithms that we trade off. But I have thought of some interesting ways to take a pure technical strategy and put them into a fairly what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, can't think of the word. Not simple, but you know, sublime algorithm. Let's just use sublime that I think is going to be fairly profitable, mostly based off the Fisher transform. Okay, guys, so let's get into Ethereum. Ethereum is really what I'm watching really closely right now, guys. I'm not going to lie, and it's not just because we were able to close out a very profitable short position, guys. So listen, I mean, you know, if you guys have been, for those of you who've been watching the show, I mean, you know, we were talking about shorting up here, and you know, for those of you who are in the primo, I put out 2 short calls yesterday. Both of them closed out really good. Now, you know, again, it depends on how you take the trades. You can be right in your idea, but still wrong in your execution. And so that's, you know, that's why I do the show, man, so we can talk about that. All right, so what I had said yesterday is tightening wedge forming on the 6-hour chart. Oh, no, this is what I said like 3 days ago. Tightening wedge forming on the 6-hour chart. Here's that tightening wedge. 5 waves of impulse should bring us to the original price target of 228, obviously. Alternatively, if the wedge breaks down, we're looking at a potentially healthy retracement to support 1 or support 2. If support 2 doesn't hold, I'm bearish. All right, so obviously the alternative happened, and we did break down out of the wedge. This is when we initiated our short, although we were talking about it up here after we saw this reversal hammer candle and the massive spike of volume. Shorts really started opening up in mass right here, so we were able to get in early on the short. And then you would have wanted to close your short out. Clearly, you can see this reversal hammer candle right here, and you can see the volume pick up a little bit. That's generally a good place to enter in. But you could have exited here too. But again, the volume's fairly weak. So honestly, like really, the best place to have taken profit on this short is probably this candle, because now you're getting good volume in to confirm this upward movement. And again, you know, you're targeting that 618 retracement, that healthy bounce off support here at 210. And we actually came back down to we came below, a little bit below the support level, but not bad. And you can see that we maintained in this downward channel that I had drawn out, and then we broke to the upside. So that would have been another trigger to go long. But again, we also got the sell signal on the Fisher crossover, or on the Fisher transform, right at that low bar. You can see we bottom out on the Fisher transform in oversold territory, and then you actually would have gotten your exit, your short, enter your long on this candle right here. Depending on how you're watching it, obviously we can go down in the lower time frames, and I'm sure we would have gotten a much earlier signal. So looking here on the hourly, yeah, you would have got your initial signal to exit your short and enter your long here on this candle, which was 2 hours before the bottom. And then you would have got the Fisher transform would have faked you out, and then you would have got your last buy signal on this candle, which is 2 hours after, and you would have been able to capture all of this movement. This was nice. We were able to come up above the zero line, which is quite bullish, and then you would have not wanted to exit on this crossover. The reason why is because we do bottom above the zero line, which lets you know that price is going to continue to move up. And as long as we're bottoming, I'm not taking any crossovers now. I'm not taking any crossover sell signals. As long as we're bottoming and crossing over and staying above the zero line, that is extremely, extremely bullish. So that's quite wonderful to see. All right. So, and we can see over here, looking at ETH USD longs, we can see that I had charted out the support and resistance for longs. Yeah, but you're never seeing technical analysis on long and short positions. What's up? You ain't gonna get this anywhere else, guys. This is live. I'm just kidding, man. You know, it's just something what you're going to do. And again, Jenny Artemis, I don't know if you're still with us. Hope you are. But this is what I mean by I trade mostly off sentiment. So TA just allows me to get targets and to figure out the statistical probabilities. But when I'm looking at what direction is the market going to move in, and then I can start to figure out how far. So to figure out what direction the market's going to move in, you have to look at sentiment. You have to look at what the longs and shorts are doing. Are the longs in profitable positions? Are the shorts in profitable positions? How much volume is there? You have to look at the order book. All this stuff is absolutely critical. That should be the basis of your trading strategy. And then you can figure out to a high degree of probability which direction the market's going to move in. And then you bust out your technical analysis to figure out, okay, well, where is price going to move? All right, so we can see that the longs broke above support. So where's our next area of resistance? Well, we got faked out here. We're looking at our next resistance level here at about 4 million. And then again, we're looking at potentially breaking new all-time highs on our longs, guys. That will be something to watch. So now we're going to be watching this area right here, and we could potentially be watching this area right here. All right, for a turnaround on the longs, okay? And we can see that when the longs drop off, price goes short. And looking at our shorts down here in comparison, we can see here that when the longs drop off, as you see right here, the shorts absolutely skyrocket to capture that movement. Shorts go sideways, shorts drop off as price moves up. So as you can see, the shorts are kind of trailing behind here, and this is how retail traders work. They're always a little bit behind, guys. All right, cool. So let's get back over here to our ETH chart and figure out how far we're going to go up. Okay, so this was right. My initial support held fairly well. So we're looking here. Okay, so we've got a pretty high volume node to travel through, guys. And we're really not out of the woods until 217, all right? So, you know, our next area of resistance is going to be right here at 215, so we're going to watch this area now. And then 217 to 216. Getting above that, guys, not a whole lot of resistance until that $220 mark. So we'll just look for price to most likely come up here and move up here. We're moving up on good volume. I like to see the fact that the longs broke out, so I'm expecting more continued bullish movement. What did I say, 215 and 216? Yeah, 215 and 216. So just 215 through 216. Above that, next resistance at 220. Yeah. So unless you want to look at this like 1, 2, woo, boy, that's exciting. All right. Cool. You guys know what time it is. Dun 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 dun. Ripple, ripple, ripple. Time for Ripple. Yeah, the coin that's gonna make me fucking rich. Yeah. Oh shit. All right. Block tick's not looking fantastic. Oh yeah, I should probably write that down. Stop loss on gain. Come on, Nano. I need you to do some stuff, guys. Need Nano to do some things right here. Let's look at XRP USD longs and compare XRP USD shorts. All right. So first off, okay, cool. That's what I want to see. So yeah, longs rising up real nice, guys. Let's see here. I mean, longs pretty much making. Let's see here. Yeah, we don't got significant resistance for a while, guys, on the longs. Let's see here. Right there. Man, that's a lot of, man, there's like not resistance there on them longs, guys. We can move like much higher. Like, look, we had this like little baby reversal candle. And now we're in a little bit of green. So I'm a little bit hesitant about this, but it's such weak volume. If we can get above this, man, I don't see anything really stopping us from getting up here into that 75. That would be fantastic if the longs continue to grow like that. And it's most likely what's going to happen, guys. Pretty bullish on Ripple right now. Okay, so weak volume on this movement upwards, not convinced. Most likely we continue down to the 47-cent range to find better support until XBT makes up its mind. Today, potentially, we could go up to 50 cents where current resistance is, but there's probably not much gas left in the tank after that. So where do we go up to? 50 cents. Okay, so we were talking about that. We said that could happen today. Well, and it did, because we were talking yesterday. So these are 12-hour candles, so we did go up to 50 cents. And then we did not retrace to that 47-cent level. Okay, so there's definitely more gas in the tank. And as we can see with shorts and longs, shorts are completely falling off and longs are picking up. And we're not at the top of an uptrend, so really nothing changed, guys. People did not longs did not really sell this dip, guys. They held on. So looking at sentiment now, I think we're just going to continue to move up, guys. This looks good to me, man. So we've got to get above 50 cent resistance here. I really like to see us get above 51 cents. So that's our current resistance. So we're looking to get above this. So that's resistance now. And then we don't really have resistance until 53 cents. Okay, so our Fibonacci's are our resistance here, basically, guys. This is all congruent. And then we're looking at our initial target up here at 57, 58 cents, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Otherwise, because look, we almost pulled back to that 618, and it's cool if we don't absolutely hit it. And the support held. So Crypto Joker, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. Current resistance from 51 to 53 cents. And if we can get over that, 57, 58 cent target. Yeah, baby. Do we see any? Let's see here. Looking for divergence or convergence. We're getting the buy. We're getting the buy signal right here on the 12-hour. Let's get a little surgical with this. All right, so we had a high, low, lower high, higher low. All right, we see nothing but convergence there. Crossing above that 0 line on the 6-hour looks really good. 4-hour chart. Crossing above the 0 line, looking good. 1-hour chart looking a little oversold. We could see a little short-term pullback here. But again, we can see here that we had called to move down, so we were shorting, and now here we can see that reversal in momentum. So this is bearish momentum, and we can see here that scallop formation, that reversal from bearish to bullish momentum. And until that momentum shifts, and you're going to see a situation like this probably reversed, you can always see it. See, here's that scallop pattern again, all right, where price is moving up in waves, and then it's unable to make higher waves, and so momentum shifts to the bearish. We enter into a period of consolidation, which is actually distribution. These are retail traders, just so you guys understand how the market works. So the way it works is that we reach a peak, and people who want to sell are luring people into buying into an uptrend, and this is the worst spot to buy in. You see, it's actually a stop loss hunt to provide liquidity to exit their positions. So short positions exit here. Or excuse me, long positions exit here, or shorts enter here, and then the market tries to rally, is unable to, and this is your sign again, and this is what we're seeing in that DJI chart, guys. Individuals are lured to buy in at the absolute top. People open up their shorts or exit their positions, and then we try to rally again because retail traders think it's just a dip. They're trying to buy the dip, and all they're doing is providing liquidity for the second stage of smart money who didn't get out at the absolute top. That happens right here, and then the market enters into a period of distribution where people are rapidly trying to buy into what they think is just a dip. And smart money sees that this pattern. They know that, hey, the market's going to go down. We need to exit. So they're distributing their funds among interested buyers. And then once all the buying pressure has completely worn out, there's nothing to stop the sellers from selling, because now the retail traders panic. Right here, they panic again, and then they sell. But that exhausts itself because, again, as I said, comparatively, not a lot of longs exited their positions, guys. So people, the people who are leveraged long on XRP are still extremely bullish, guys. So slowly moving upward in this period of accumulation now, and so we'll see if we break down and touch that 47, 48 cent support. But more than likely, I think we're going to continue to move up quite nicely. All right, as I had said here, so this is what I had drawn days ago. Movement down to 47 cents. Potential movement back up to 51-cent resistance. If that doesn't hold, maybe touch 45. That point of control needs to hold for the bulls. And or alternatively, we just break through that resistance and up here. Or alternatively, you know, I should have drawn another one, which is alternatively, we touch this resistance and we go right to the target. Okay. 2 paths lead to 57, 58 cents, and only 1 path leads to 45 cents. So statistical probabilities, guys. There you go. We're live. Right there, baby. Hope you guys are doing really good on your Saturday, man. Ah, it's a good day for me. It's a good day for me. All right, so Ripple going good. Litecoin, you're pathetic. You know what's interesting is they're all moving the same way. Just Litecoin just moves a little differently, man. It's just kind of silly. Get a drink of water. All right. So looking on the daily chart, we can see that, okay, obviously support held. So what did I say? I said bulls have to hold this $50 at 618 unless the retail, otherwise, I should have said otherwise. So bulls have to hold $50, the 618 retracement, or we're going to, I should have said otherwise, a retest of the channel bottom. Very unlikely stop loss reversal in the LVN. All right, which is what we saw. We saw, well, we actually didn't go below the LVN. So really support held at 51. All right, so we didn't really see a stop loss hunt down into the LVN. So this is just your regular indecision candle. It's not a strong reversal candle. And now we're getting upwards movement. So we need to go and look at our longs and shorts, guys. Okay. So let's look on the weekly chart. That's what I'd like to see. All right, so we got resistance right here above us. And we're trying to kind of wick down off that resistance. Long still in the dominant position, and shorts relatively for the weekly. We've been on the rise and now we're on a downtrend. All right, see that? Okay, so the shorts still got a ways to come down if they're going to respect that channel. Okay, that seems about right. I kind of want to be more honest to this. That seems better, doesn't it? Yeah, that seems more honest. So if the shorts hold this pattern, then we should experience a reversal and see the shorts pick up right here. Now, again, we can always break down, but we see the longs coming up here toward resistance and the shorts coming to the bottom of the channel they've been trading in. So again, we can go a little lower, but really this channel has been honored pretty well, man. We have this massive fake out, right? Price, and you know, the longs respond to it and price moves up. So this is where a lot of Litecoiners got wrecked back in September. A lot of people got wrecked back in September trying to go short. Shorts just picked up. And that was the absolute worst place to pick up because we were at the bottom of a market cycle and price rallied. So yeah, looking at that, this looks kind of bullish in the short term, But now that we're stalling out here at the top, this actually looks kind of bearish to me. I mean, I drew that resistance up there, but just being real, you know, like, you could have, that's subjective. I could have drawn it lower. We don't know where the actual resistance is. So you can see that we are holding that 10-con line. So you're going to see if we pull back here in the longs, and we'll see if that 10-con holds. But yeah, and see if the shorts pick up here like they should. We see like we're curling up a little bit here. It's like we're getting a little bit of a curl. All right, and just looking at the Fisher transform on long positions, you can see that we are oversold, or excuse me, overbought relatively. The wave cycle's at the top, and we're getting a turnover, guys, as you can see right here. And every time we've done that, we turned over here and we just went sideways in accumulation. Let's see, we turned over here and we had a dip, and then we continued moving up. We turned over here and we had a dip, and we continued moving up. Okay, so are we gonna have more of this, or are we gonna have some of this, right? So sideways accumulation means we're probably gonna move up, and a dip, probably be a dip down to that 10-con, but that makes me kind of not bearish, but neutral as far as how high we'll move up. Let's see what happens when we get to resistance here, guys. That's going to help too. Like if we get over volume, because this is a low volume node, so we could like move much higher. We could move higher like fairly rapidly, and that the longs would pile on, and then we would come up to that resistance level, and then maybe a rebuff from there, and see what happens when we come back down to the 10-con. See what happens with this curl over too. So I'm less confident about what Litecoin's going to do. Less confident based upon sentiment analysis. LTC longs seem to be stalling, which foreshadows sideways accumulation, sideways movement. Which would probably mean a leg up before resistance, otherwise a dip. Also, LTC shorts are at the bottom of the channel they've been trending in for almost a year now. So a reversal is due. Tentatively weekly bullish on LTC up to resistance. If we are able to move above resistance, we will move through the low volume node fairly quickly, and then likely a reversal. That's kind of how I feel about it. So this is now going to become resistance. All right. So resistance right here. And if we're able to break above this resistance, then most likely we're going to retest this upper channel, move through this low volume node, or even potentially break out and hit this upper target right here that I had set at $58. And I think that looking at the longs and shorts, that'll bring us up here, and that'll give the shorts enough time to curl up. And then I think we're going to experience a fairly significant reversal on Litecoin at that point in time. So I'm not going to be in a position on Litecoin right now. I think it's foolish to be in a position on Litecoin. You can wait for the breakout and target these low volume node areas. But you want to be cautious, man. You know, we are at the top of the channel that we've been trading in for quite a while. You can see that channel right there, that descending wedge, or that tightening wedge. It's kind of bearish to me, man. That's typically a bearish pattern. Haven't gotten the buy signal yet on the Fisher transform on the daily. We're getting it on the 12-hour. And we already got it. We got it here at the bottom on the 6-hour. So again, tentatively bullish, but we'll see what happens close to that zero line and above that resistance. But there's just too much uncertainty in this for me to for me to be in position on this, guys. Yeah. Let's go back to the daily because that was cleaner. Okay. And zoom that up a little bit. Okay. There we go. And publish that. Hey, Real Stogger Roach, man. Thanks for swinging by. We appreciate it, man. Have fun in class today, man. Go get your learning on. You're going to change the world. All right. All right, let's take a look at B-Trash. Okay, B-Trash. Bitcoin trash. All right. Look at those shorts, guys. Those shorts are not showing any signs of stopping. And you guys see those shorts? That's fantastic, dude. Look what just happened. We just broke above resistance. Man, if we actually hold and continue moving up on this green candle above resistance, guys. What are the longs doing? I need to put some, you know, hey, if anybody knows, I'm going to work with it with Scott tomorrow, but we're going to start having music on, guys. Just like little Crypto Joker, curious how traditional stocks are looking today compared to crypto charts. Yeah, we started off with looking at the DJI. I'll pull it back up just a sec. Yeah, apply. Let me finish with the B trash, sir. Just curious how we're looking on the sell setup. Nope. So we had a non-perfected buy setup right here, but we still had our risk line. Price reversed off our risk line, which was good. The baseline held, broke down, and then we shot above the cloud and above all resistance, and now we're trending above the cloud very nicely on the daily chart. Yeah, Bcash shorts are skyrocketing, dude. So either we're going to get rejected from this resistance point, which is probably more likely. But if we're able to make it above, that is fantastic. And technically, you can be entering into a short position based off the fact that, you know, this is giving you a buy signal, a green 2 trading above a green 1 on your shorts. So let's contrast that with longs. Let's look at B-Trash longs. Still also at a significant high. All right, guys, so this has got to break one way or the other. This is fantastic. More resistance from the longs here, though. So where are we at? Ooh, we're on an 8 of 9. On a fairly bearish reversal candle, guys. Hanging man pattern. Potentially hanging man pattern right here, guys. You get that perfected 9 or that non-perfected 9, most likely looking at this right now. Oof. Tells me to be kind of iffy about Bcash right now, even though the chart looks nice. But we got a lot of resistance right here, guys. Technical analysis. Technical analysis on sentiment data. You guys aren't going to get this anywhere else. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to be contrarian, guys, and I could be completely wrong tomorrow. But I think you're still safe. I don't think you should be out of your short on Bitcoin Cash. I mean, you can be out of it. That's fine. But, you know, price is starting to move against you right now on the short term. But you know, you can wait for confirmation to re-enter your shorts. That's fine. But the longs look highly over leveraged to me. Yeah. And the shorts are skyrocketing at the top of a market. That, you know, I mean, you should be paying attention to that. Look at that divergence in price, or you know, in height right there. Okay. Looking at sentiment analysis. Longs on the USD look overextended. Bearish reversal hanging man candlestick on the daily chart. Shorts significantly higher than longs still, even on what appears to be a reversal following a dip retracement. I'm going to be contrarian here and take a risk and assume a bearish stance on Bitcoin Cash. I could be wrong, and both longs, shorts could become more extended in the short term, but overall the ratio is unstable and must be corrected. I do not expect price to be able to move above resistance here. And that resistance is going to be 63,639. I know what you're saying. Oh, Justin, that's a huge margin. Well, it is what it is, guys. Just look at the volume. I'm not making this up. Look over here. High volume node. $627, really. There we go. You know what, actually, then, okay, so like being real, okay. Consolidation? Likely consolidation and distribution? So like do because the longs and shorts are so absolutely crazy. Still pretty short on Bitcoin Cash. But yeah. So I'm not going to be in, guys. I think that the short position is probably much safer on Bitcoin Cash based off the sentiment analysis. But that's just too many random variables that it's very hard for me to parse out in my head. That would be hard for anybody to parse out in their head. But I'm going to say short. In the Twitter. All right. Not in stocks, just wondering how the rest of the world is spending today. Worried about a crash on Monday, as are we all, my friend. Looking at, see how Veracoin's doing, guys. I'm not fantastically well. Broke down out of that ascending line. And I don't think that we're forming a different one here. I think that's probably wishful thinking, although it could be. Seems like we had a little bit of a bounce from there. But you really can't be out of the trade till down here. That's the low volume node. Are you going to get a stop loss hunt before the movement goes up? I don't know. OBV skyrocketed. A lot of volume in this right now. Did get pumped. Let's look at Augur, guys. All right, Augur growing nicely, guys. Free signal. Hashtag once a week, free signal. Augur, guys. You heard it here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Look at that Ambrosis trade. Oh, there it is, guys. Bam, nailed it. Called AMB yesterday in the Primo signal. That was a premium signal yesterday, guys. You can see the P&L right there. There was our trade. Bam. Missed it by just a little bit, guys. For those of you watching, there's your hanging man candlestick pattern, man. Bulls are trying to hold it. You could still hold on for that target. But I'm going to call for that immediate exit right at this price. 3% in a one-day swing trade. You know, if somebody's in the Discord, could somebody pop that in there? Because I don't have Discord open right now. Yeah, cool. 3.2% on that AMB trade. Like it. Getting out at 30.36. Nice. I'll have to update the spreadsheet. All right. You guys get a lot here, guys. You guys get technical analysis on sentiment data. Everything else. What did we call last night, guys? What did we call? We called Funfair. Called Funfair. Right around here, guys. Right around here. To be honest with you, I think we actually called it like right around here. Got this nice little dip, period of accumulation. And let's see what happens, man. Funfair has been on my radar for a while. Maybe we just take this little short-term gain or break even. Stock's a little oversold or overbought. But I've been watching this. We were watching this all last night, and then we finally got this break upwards, guys. We haven't seen that for a while, guys. Where we're seeing, you know, you're not seeing this. Look, that's a couple pretty impressive candle bars right there, guys. I like it. Just low volume, man. So high risk, high return. I did want to look at that Pundi X. Still in our accumulation zone. Still trending up nicely. Holding on. I like it. GTO's looking kind of dead to me. But again, you got to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's still in that accumulation range, guys, and it's still in the high volume node area, guys. It's got a lot of space, you know. You can have a good tight stop below this accumulation range before you can see the bottom drop out of it. So you got to give it the benefit of the doubt. Same thing for metal, man. Like, we're trying to like creep out of that accumulation zone, but you can see that like price is like the bulls are doing their goddamn best to keep us in that high volume node area, guys, and you just have to give it the benefit of the doubt. V-Chain got our eyes on. We were able to break out of the pattern that we've been trading in for pretty much all goddamn year. And now we've pulled back. I want to know if we're going to pull back more, but I'll be able to get confirmation if we break above the 618. That's probably when we're going to be looking to enter the trade. We're at the bottom of the volume area though. That's super good. At support. Super good, man. You could get in right now with a tight stop below you, but I want to see more confirmation, man. We've called like so many bottoms, and I know like some of our trades are like down a few percentiles, you know, as opposed to like our day trades and, you know, faster term trades that, you know, we're pretty good at. And I know that they're going to pay off because everything's just accumulating. You just got to be patient, man. Hashtag alt season. All right, so let me look at that DJI for you, man. Game credits, you're dead to me. Let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial. So, yep, not looking super pretty, man. Not looking super pretty. Depends on how you look at this. You know, you can either look at this, again, this is, I was talking about this, like if you go back to 1929, there's two scenarios. So obviously you see this reversal candle right here, and then you have this really significant turnaround. This is generally not a candle that the market reverses on. So this looks like some weak sauce movement to me, honestly. Some pretty weak sauce movement, if I'm honest. And then yeah, we see this immediate, you know, we'd see the same reversal candle right here, but not as strong. It's even weaker at the top of the value area. Above us is a very low volume node to get us back up here to this previous resistance point, and then we'll see if we can break above this resistance. But again, there's only two options, guys. I mean, this does look like the crash of 1929, where we topped, we come down a significant degree, we have a weak sauce bounce back up, and then the bottom just falls out. Or, I mean, but what happens more often than that, honestly, just being real, is that we have a top, we have a significant retracement, price moves back up, we enter into a period of like boring consolidation, and then we make new all-time highs. So when you're making new all-time highs, you're expecting to continue to make new all-time highs. That's the way the game goes. So yeah, man, just gotta, you know, you just gotta be patient, man. I don't have the data available to me with this traditional index that I have otherwise. I mean, I can say that even with these dips that got more significant, we're expecting the value area, and we've got the point of control right below us, guys, right where we dip down to. So that's strong support. It's going to be very hard for us to break through that. And what we see a stop loss hunt to low volume nodes. So that is typically pretty bullish to me, man. But overall, the chart pattern, it's just 50-50, man. It's just 50-50. But today is a little bit of a down day. But I mean, honestly, there's so much negative stuff that's coming out. But I think we're going to see new all-time highs on the DJI and the SPX. I think that's the more likely scenario before things deflate. But I will not be surprised if if the bottom just drops out right here. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for joining me. Let's pay some bills real quick, guys. You guys know what we do. So you need to just navigate your browser on over to cryptocurrency.com. And click on this button right here. It's going to take you into our Discord. We'd love to see you in our community. Active traders, we put out 1 to 2 free signals a week. And if you're interested in the services that we offer, you can head on over here to Trading Services and ask about our chat group and our premium signals and one-on-one mentorship program. While you're here at the website, why don't you head on over and grab some merch, man? You know that logo took a lot of work, right? This ain't, we can't do this stuff for free, guys. Pick yourself up a cool baseball cap, a hoodie. Maybe buy a shirt for the woman that you love, or man. It's cool, dude. Whatever, man. Crypto's crypto, dude. So, all right, guys. And if you guys got any questions, you can email us at contact@crackingcryptocurrency.com or fill out our Contact Us form on our websites. Or hit us up in the Discord, man. Mastash, JY's Free, Ben Kirkland. We're pretty available, guys. Yep. Mastash, Scott Lanto right there, dropping the links in the Discord, guys. Again, thanks. Today, I guess, was for the hardcore vets, the true, the few, the blue. Couldn't do this without you guys. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a fantastic crypto day. Trade safely as always. And don't smoke cigarettes. I guess that's my public service announcement for the day. Smoking cigarettes is bad for you. Switch over to vaping. It's good for you. It's got vitamin C in it and shit. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening. Cue that outro.